Hello book lovers, it's Adelie and I'm going to talk to you about some reading books for our younger readers. And I'm going to start off with one of our most popular book series, That's Not My. This is actually number 50 in the series, That's Not My Unicorn. And it's all about this little mouse who's trying to find his unicorn or whatever the other subject matter might be. And he always repeats the phrase, that's not my. And it's really great for little ones. They hear those repeating sounds, and there's also the touchy-feely part of the book, but also for beginner readers. And so I really like these books for little ones all the way up through those that are just starting to read. And he says things like, that's not my unicorn, its mane is too fluffy. And you can see that it goes through the story. And he's looking for his unicorn, and at the very end, he finds his unicorn. And there are many different options to choose from, lots of different animals, cars, trucks, planes, pirates, mermaids, all different things. So if you are looking for something in particular, I bet you will be able to find it with this series. That's Not My, and they're $9.99 a piece. Another one for our littlest readers is our Slide and See books. This is the Slide and See Christmas. And these are great options if you would like to have something that does not have flaps. If you think your little one might just rip those flaps off, this is a really good option for that. They have a little spot in the middle so that your little one can put their finger there and slide the thing around, and you can see different parts of the pages. These are $14.99 a piece. And we have several of these for lots of different options for you to have those. Another fun one is our Muddle and Match series. We have several of these that you can choose from. Muddle and Match Adventure, Muddle and Match Imagine, Sports, Jobs, lots of different things there. And the fun part about these is that you can either practice alliteration, and your child may not even realize that they're repeating that first letter sound, but it's great practice for learning those letter sounds. But you can also mix, muddle, and match to make a silly sentence as well. So it's great for learning those beginning sounds, but also for making silly sentences and silly characters. And those are $8.99 a piece. Also for our beginner readers is our Phonics books. We have several of these to choose from as well. These are $6.99 a piece. And the great thing about these is not only are they fun and silly stories, but you hear a repeating sound, a rhyming sound throughout the pages. So we hear chair and air, and there is fairy and Harry. So you can hear lots of different rhyming sounds throughout these books. This is Hyena Ballerina, which is our latest one, but there are many of those to choose from. One of our favorites and one of our top selling is Little Bear Needs Glasses. It's a companion book to our very popular All Better. And this one is similar to All Better because it has some reusable stickers. Only these stickers are glasses, and they go along with the story. Little Bear is having a hard time seeing, and his friends really want to help him. So they have their own pairs of glasses that you can stick on here. And there's a little phrase that says, Little Bear needs glasses, but dogs are not quite right. Little Bear still can't see very well. And that's the phrase that you'll hear repeated, and it'll just change between the friends. And each page, there will be another friend all the way into the end when Little Bear picks out his own glasses. And they can even try them on and see which ones fit the best. And the great thing about these stickers is when they get all yucky and nasty, you can just wash them under the cold water and let them dry, and then they'll be ready to use again. All Better and Little Bear Needs Glasses are both $12.99 a piece, and they're really fun and really great for those interactions between the book and the little kids. One of my favorites is our Peek Inside a Fairy Tale series. We have Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Little Red Riding Hood, and Cinderella. And I love these because of these beautiful die-cut pictures that allows you to see all the way through the books. There's also some flap pages throughout the books as well. So it gives that little something extra for your reader to find the little flaps and see what's hidden behind there, and finishes up the story. These are $14.99 a piece. Again, they're beautiful and they're a great size, maybe even to fit in your stocking to use as a stocking stuffer. Another one of our favorites is The Curious Case of the Missing Mammoth. This is really fun because not only is it a really fun story about a boy who helps a mammoth from a museum try to find his little brother mammoth, but there's also all of these great little flaps where you can not only look for the missing mammoths, here's a big page there, but there's also hidden facts in here. So while they're in the museum, you can lift the flaps that are in here and learn about turtles. Here's one about the coral reefs. So on every page, they visit a new part of the museum, and there's more facts to learn. And so it's a really fun story, but also fun to learn all of those new facts. And this is $16.99 for this great hardback book and great story. And there's also a plush mammoth that you can purchase to go along with that as well. Nibbles is one of my absolute favorites, and it's also one of my kids. Whenever I first started selling books, this was the book that we loved. And it's about a book monster, and Nibbles gets out of his cage and he starts interacting and really bothering all the people in these classic stories, tearing things up, really bothering them, until finally we try to catch Nibbles. We have to slam the crate shut, but does he stay caught? That's part of the story. Nibbles also has Nibbles, the dinosaur guide, and so he gets stuck in the land and the age of the dinosaurs. So there's some fun lifting the flaps there and learning about dinosaurs and what they were like all those many years ago. So Nibbles is great because it's a fun, silly story about this monster who gets into lots of mischief, but they're also fun information about the dinosaurs as well. Both of these are $16.99, and there's also a Nibbles plush that can go with these as well that you can purchase separately. Our picture books are a lot of fun. There's some classic stories like Jack and the Beanstalk, as well as just some normal stories like By the Seashore or On the Out in Space. And these are great because the pictures are a lot of fun. They're nice big books and big pictures, so there's lots of room for your lap so that you can sit down and read these together. These are only $9.99, so it's a really great deal for a nice big hardback book, and they are great fun books and great fun stories. Waiting for Winter is a cute tale about a squirrel who really wants to see the snow, and while he's trying to figure out what snow really looks like because he's never seen it before, he wakes up a couple of his friends, the hedgehog and the bear, and they are trying to help him figure out what snow is going to look like as well. And none of them really know because they're usually hibernating, so they've never really seen the snow. And so they are a little confused to what the snow might look like. And then here's one of their ideas. But then when it does actually start to snow, it's a really sweet time for them as friends. So it's a really sweet book, but also very silly. And this is $10.99 for this nice hardback book. Great for Christmas time since they're waiting for the snow to fall. Can I Join Your Club is a wonderful book about being kind and including people that you might not really want to include. And Duck wants to join a club, but Lion and Elephant and the Snake have very specific rules about being part of their club. And they go along with that particular animal, so of course the duck doesn't fit into those rules. So the duck decides to make his own club. And in his club, everyone is approved. And his club becomes very popular because of that. A real sweet story, silly as well, but very sweet. And this is $12.99 for a hardback. I love Pandemonium. This is one of our new books. I love it because not only is it very educational, because it is actually written in Australia, and that means that there are some animals that maybe your child has never seen at a zoo before or even heard of, but there's also some great artwork and great vocabulary throughout the book. And it says, when you're visiting the zoo, whatever you do, don't wake the panda. So all of this noise and stuff is going on in the book, but they're always reminding you, don't wake the panda. Very funny story. This is also $12.99 for a hardback. And lastly, one of our favorite series, my daughter is in preschool, and these are perfect because Billy's adventures happen at preschool. Billy is the main character, and her friend Jack go on lots of imagination adventures in these books. There's space, the desert, animal hospital, underwater, bakery, and there's also the jungle adventure. And in here, as I said, they have very big imaginations. So even when they start out with a cardboard box bakery, their imagination begins to turn it into a real bakery. And they have a problem, an issue, and Billy always has a very super duper idea to fix the situation. So that's always a fun part in the story when we get there, and she has a super duper idea, and my little girl can read that along with me. So these are $10.99 a piece, or you can purchase them as a set. There are 6 of them in a set, and you can purchase them all together if you think someone might enjoy those, or if you'd like to purchase them all together and then separate them out amongst your grandchildren or nieces and nephews or whatever it is that you might be purchasing for Christmas. So those are our younger readers' stories for you to read with your child, or maybe even for them to start to read on their own. But there are many other books out there, and if there's something in particular that you're looking for, I will be happy to help you find it. Just let me know. Thanks.